Cal, we'll start off as always with questions from supporters. The first one this week's from Malcolm Astle. It says, do the Dons have a separate advertising budget than Club Doncaster? The reason he asks is because there was a large hoarding in the Frenchgate Centre for Rovers using the my local team hashtag. Would it not have been possible for the Dons to have a small part of this to push them as well?
Regards the budget, I don't have a clue about the Club Doncaster budget or marketing budget. I thought we would come under that umbrella. I would presume that we're part of Club Doncaster. With I think the advertising he's talking about is that one in the Frenchgate has been there for some time now, isn't it? And I'm not sure we even use those slogans now. It may be that the Frenchgate have just left it up because they've not sold the advertising. But I was in the Frenchgate car park the other day, and obviously when you drive in there's still an old Doncaster Rugby League and the Dons one through the foundation that the foundation sorted still up, and so I presume that they're just things that are still floating about there that haven't been resold or something. But the budget, I think we're all in we come under the Club Doncaster marketing budget as a whole, so that I hope that's answered it. And as you can see, the branding around the stadium going up, everything that's going up is including the Dons logo on absolutely everything around here, which if you have a look on the West Stand now when you drive in, there's a big Dons logo there, Rovers logo, and that's all coming out of the Club Doncaster, the budget. If you look on the main road there with the Enterprise Zone, I think the new shop and the ticket office, our logo's starting to appear everywhere at the stadium, so we are starting to feel a big part of this place.
Second question this week is from Philip Scorer. It says, has the club offered terms to any players for next season? I don't expect names, but wondered if recruitment is underway.
Oh, listen, we're still only in August. Notoriously, we've never spoken contracts around this time. I know the season is nearly changing to the playoffs and all that, but I've never really been asked about players' contracts. But obviously we like to speak with their agents and let them know of our interest. But one thing I will say is let people know you aren't allowed to approach players until the 1st of September. That's a rule. But yeah, it's a hard one because we're still playing in playoffs, and when you tend to speak to players and contractually, there's a lot of things go through their minds and all that, and what we're trying to do here is make them fully focused on the job in hand. And as you all know, if you're in talks at your work and you're talking about money, and if it's not what you want and it starts affecting you, it'll start affecting what they're doing out there. So listen, most of the players have approached Gary, and Gary said to them, I'll speak to them in time, but first and foremost, I want them to be fully focused on the job in hand. The season's not over yet, and we've got some playoff games. What we're saying here is, if I'm going and speak to the players, I can go and do that now, but I'm pretty sure that will unsettle them on what they're going to do out on the field. So it's just a case of timing, really, when the timing's right. Listen, the majority of the squad we'd love to keep. We make no secret of that, and we'd look to try and add some real quality. We had a big turnover last year, and we're not wanting to do the same this year. That's about as far as I want to say with it.
Obviously, Toulouse on Sunday, a 20-point defeat, but maybe a scoreline which didn't reflect the game.
Listen, it was a very, very highly emotional week for the players last week. Not many know this, and Connor doesn't know I'm doing this, but Connor lost his father at the back end of the week there, and the players were really, really tight behind him, and it was a very, very emotional week for the boys off the field because they were doing everything they could to keep Connor's spirits up. And Connor done his family proud on the weekend. He put the shirt on and he played his heart out, the lad, and at the back end there, I just think he was really emotionally drained, and so he did his family proud, and we rally around him, and the 20-point loss to me it's gut wrenching, but when you have to go through something that Connor's had to go through, it puts everything into perspective, and so like I say, it was an emotionally charged week especially the back end for the players, and I do think they've done the club proud on the weekend. It was just a few little errors here and there that cost us. I think we're a lot closer to them than that. So hopefully we can kick on from there.
Obviously, the performance against Barrow, you could say, wasn't the best performance. The win against Hunslet was right up there, a fantastic performance, and the Toulouse, Gary said in patches, you've seen some of our best stuff. Do you think it's just about it all coming together for 80 minutes again, like the Hunslet game?
It is. Keighley will be tough. They'll be scrapping for everything. Listen, they've got a coach there who never ever given the March trends. Paul March never given, and neither did his twin brother David. So, it's they'll be scrapping for absolutely everything on the weekend. So we know we're in for a hell of a battle. That's for certain. And the game on the weekend will have a big bearing, I think, on the top five. Don't write Keighley off. They're still there or thereabouts in it. We need to just fully focus on ourselves and see. We need to put the performance in that we did against Toulouse and some to get the win, because we all know what it's like when your back's against the wall, and Keighley's certainly going to be fighting for everything, and that's just natural to, it's human nature. We know they're going to do that, otherwise they're probably going to leave themselves a little bit too much to try and make the five. So looking forward to a real cracking game, and it'll be a bumper.
Should be good also to have Geordie Hedges back from his suspension. This will be his first game in six weeks. Should he be selected by Gareth Horner?
Listen, we've got to feel a little bit for Geordie. His mum and dad, Jason and Sheridan, came over to surprise him 3 weeks ago, and he didn't know about it, and Geordie goes and picks up his suspension, so they haven't seen him pull on a shirt yet. They'll be here on the weekend again, and I'm pretty sure Geordie will be looking to put a performance in for them. If Gary puts him in, he probably goes straight back in. We're hoping Mace will be back. He's got to go and see the neuro specialist to get signed off with his head knock. I thought he was real good at Hunslet before he took that knock. So there's one or two coming back. It looks like we may have lost Liam Wellham with an arm injury. How long that'll be, we're not sure. And while we're talking about injuries, I just want to pay a special mention to Mike Kelly as well, because he went in on I think it was yesterday to have his operation on a meniscus, which is not major. It's something that you'd probably be 8 weeks or something like that, and while they were in there, they found out he ruptured his ACL, so he's going to have a full knee reconstruction, which is really, really tough on Kels. He's a big part of our club, and so he's going to be out along with Matty Nicholson for some time, and we wish them both a speedy recovery, and all we can do is put an arm around them and try and help them pull through their recovery process, because it's a long one. And it's unfortunate for the lad.
Just finally, to finish on Sunday in the matchday programme, full details for our season tickets for 2017 will be revealed. Are you pleased with those plans?
Oh yeah, I am. Listen, to be able to offer season tickets for next year to the fans at this time, especially with the uncertainty of knowing what division we're going to be in. A lot of people could turn around and say, oh well, we know where we're going to be in, but we're not out of this by a long shot. But to be able to give them a decent season ticket offer on the weekend, I hope they appreciate it. We do appreciate the supporters. We might all have our little ups and downs and differences of opinions, but without them we don't have a club. So I'm a big fan myself, and everyone knows what we all think of the club, but the club's heading in the right direction, and I just hope I can prove to everyone that the club is heading in the right direction, and I certainly will be fighting and doing everything I can to get our club back where it belongs. And the people who renew their season tickets, notoriously they do it every year, and we don't take them for granted. But listen, we need to get the club back to where it needs to be, and hopefully there's some real good times ahead. Like I say, this year's not over. We'll keep fighting until the death. And who knows? Could happen. We've seen other worse things happen, but we've got a decent squad here, which is if we can get the right team on the field in the playoff game, I'm confident, real confident.